सह गण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्ण पादान् सह गण ललिता श्री विशाखान्वितांश्च हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्त राधा कान्त नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये नमो महावदान्याय कृष्णा प्रेम प्रदायिने कृष्णाय कृष्णा चैतन्य नाम्ने गौरत्विषे नमः पञ्चतत्त्वात्मकं कृष्णं भक्तरूपस्वरूपकम् भक्तावतारं भक्ताख्यं नमामि भक्तशक्तिकं श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौरभक्तवृंदा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे जन्माद्यस्य यतोऽन्वयादितरतश्चार्थे सुभिज्ञस्वराट् तेने ब्रह्म हृदय आदिकवये मुह्यन्ति यत्सूरयः तेजो वारिमृदां यथा विनिमयो यत्र त्रिसर्गो मृषा धाम्ना स्वेन सदा निरस्तकुहकं सत्यं परं धीमहि नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत् स्वस्ति अस्तु विश्वस्य खलः प्रसीदतां ध्यायन्तु भूतानि शिवं मिथो धिया मनश्च भद्रं भजतादधोक्षजे आवेश्यतां नो मतिरप्यैतुकी। Reading from Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, canto 10, chapter 58, verse number 17. So in the previous class we studied that Krishna, he came to Indraprastha to visit the Pandavas. He met them, then he met his aunt Kunti Devi, and then we read that he went for hunting along with Krishna. And now it was with Arjuna. Arjuna Krishna, or Krishna. So both are Krishna. So then they got tired after a lot of running in the forest. So they went to Yamuna river. It says, Tatra upsprishya vishadam pitva vari maharatho Krishna dadrishituhu kanyam charantim charu darshanam. So they came to the river and they took bath, upsprishya, and they drank water which was very clean. So it's specifically said here, Vishadam Vari. So Vishadam means pure. So not like what you see at present. And they both are described here as Maharathi. And both are described as Krishna. It says, Krishnau dadrishitu kanyam charantim charu darshanam. That these two Krishnas, they saw one beautiful girl who was wandering there on the bank of Yamuna. Charantim could mean that she was walking around, sauntering up and down. Or it could mean tapas charantim, that she was doing austerity there. Could be both. But in general, charantim means she was strolling on the bank. And they both saw, not that only one saw. So, two young men, and they see one young girl, and she was charu darshanam, she was very beautiful. So, no commentary. So, tam asadde vararoham sudvijam ruchirananam papracha preshita sakhya falguna pramudottamam. So then Krishna, he sent Arjuna that you go and find out who is she. So he did not go himself. He remained sitting on the chariot. And because the chariot was high, so they could see, she was little far away. So he asked Arjuna that you go and ask who is this girl and what is she doing here alone. And the girl was very beautiful. So number one, Vararoham, she had beautiful waist. Number two, Sudvijam, she has very nice teeth, good dentist. And Ruchirananam, she had beautiful face. And Pramadottamam, and she was the best of girls. So she was having all the beauty. So Arjuna goes to her. He got down from the chariot, Tamasadya Vararoham, and then he went and he asked her that, please introduce yourself. Who are you? So he asked this question, Katvam, first question, who are you? Kasyasi, whose are you? Means who is your father? Sushroni, oh beautiful one. Kuto asi, from where have you come? Kim chikirsasi, what do you want? So 4 questions he asked. First, who is she? Who is father? From where is she? Means address. And what is her aim in life? This is enough. And then he said himself, Manne tvam patimichantim sarvam kathaya shobhane. Then he said that I think you are looking for a husband. So he will be a good salesman. Straight away he's asking that Manne tvam patimichantim sarvam kathaya shobhane. He says, oh auspicious lady, tell me everything. So don't feel shy, don't hide anything. I've been sent by that man. So he wants to know everything about you. Please tell. Sakhya Krishnena preshita iti Kalindya swasmineva nishtham Arjunam avedayitum. So Arjuna was sent by Krishna And why he sent him? That he wanted Arjuna to know that she actually loves me. So don't think that I am running after girls. Because if Krishna would have gone himself and then come and tells that, oh, she wants to marry me. So Arjun may think that he went and he flattered her and then proposed. So then Arjuna may start thinking that why I should have also done it before him. Some idea can come into mind like that. Friends, when it comes to a girl, then some friction can come. So therefore Krishna is very intelligent. He knows the niti perfectly. He doesn't want to create any problems for himself, for others, for anybody. So therefore he sends him so that the girl will say that, yes, I want Krishna as my husband. Then Arjuna would not have any problem, any doubt, any confusion in his mind, any guesswork. It will be made clear. So that's what he asked. So it was quite bold for him to go and ask all these questions straight away. He did not introduce himself, right? So some people are like that. They come to you, they ask all types of questions to you. They don't tell anything about themselves, right? There are people like that. They will not say one word about themselves. They want to know everything about you. So this is Arjuna. Otherwise the simple thing would be to go and introduce that I am so and so. My friend is there. He is asking, who are you? That's why I am asking. But anyway, she did not bother about all this. She was also on her mission. So Sri Kalindi Vacha, this girl's name was Kalindi, so she spoke. So she gave her introduction. Aham devasya savitur duhita patim ichhati vishnum varenyam vardam tapaha paramastita. So first she did not say who is she, first she speaks who is she, means who is the father. So says that I am the daughter of sun god. Savitur devasya duhita. So Savita is name of sun, Savitri, and he is a deva. So that means, first of all, understand that I am not a human girl. I am a divine girl. So I belong to the deva category, not human category. And yes, you are right, I am looking for a husband. Patim ichhati. But let me make very clear that unless you have some idea in your mind, I will only accept Vishnu as my husband. So Vishnum Varenyam Varadam Tapaha Parma Asthita. That I want Vishnu because he is the best Varenya. So Vara means something which you choose is called Vara. Vara also means boon, because boon is given, chosen. Vara is also used for bridegroom, because he is also chosen. Right? Why is he called Vara? Because he is chosen. Vara also means best. Like you say Acharya Vara, means the best of Acharyas. So, and she calls Vishnu as Varenyam, that he is the person who is worthy to be chosen, and he is a Varada. So he is best and he is the giver of boons, or he is the one who gives Vara, he is the one who gives husband. So I want him only as the husband. He is giving husband to everybody. I want also him to give me husband, but himself, Varadam. And therefore for that I am situated in tapasya, I am doing austerity. So that's why charanti could mean that she was doing tapasya. Tapaha paramam astita. So what is tapa? Tapasya means that I am focusing, I am meditating on Vishnu so that I can get him as my husband. So she did not want any human being as husband because she is divine herself. Surya is also called Surya Narayana. So she is the daughter of him. Varenyamiti yohi ati sundaro Vishnu stameva patim. So Varenya means also one who is very beautiful, and most beautiful is Vishnu. So I want only him as my husband. Varadam madabhishta sampadakam. Varadam means who gives boons, who fulfills desires. So I am doing tapasya for him so that he can fulfill my wish to have him as my husband. So this was the reason why Krishna came. Because Krishna says, Yatha mam prapadyante tam tathai bhajamyaham. She is doing tapasya to get Krishna as her husband. So that's why he came. Everything else was secondary. Main thing was this. Nanyam patim vrine vira tamrite Shri Niketanam tushyatam me sa bhagwan Mukundo nath samshrayah. And she is very determined. So she says that I will not accept anyone else as my husband. So one has to be determined like this. If you want Krishna, then we have to have determination, like Kalindi says that Naham Nanyam Patim Vrine. Pati means husband, Pati also means master, lord, protector. So Satvatam Patim, Shriyapati, Dharapati, Priyatam me Satam Pati, Gati Patisya Vishnu Kandhakanam. So we should also be like that. We don't want anyone else but Krishna. And she's saying that you are heroic, but you should know that I only want him. And Tvam Rite Sri Niketanam, I don't want anyone else except him. He who is the abode of Shri, means he is husband of Lakshmi, but still I want him. And Tushyatam me se Bhagwan, let that Bhagwan Krishna Mukunda, who is the shelter of unsheltered, or those who are without shelter, be my refuge. May I be given shelter, may he be pleased with me, so that I can accept him as my husband. Tasmat shankamana swanishtham vyatirekena api gyapyantya. So having some doubt that maybe Arjuna is also thinking that I can marry him, so she dispels this doubt by Vyatireka, by denying that there is no possibility. Or Arjuna may think, just like Draupadi has 5 husbands, she can also have 2. After all, both are Krishna. Right? So just in case any doubt comes like that, so she removes that and shows her nishtha. Swanishtham. So nishtha is important, which is missing these days in people. These days people don't have nishtha. They are very flickering minded. They change their mind very quickly. Little problem, change. So you cannot become successful in bhakti without nishtha. So before nishtha there is anarthas. Right? Ādau shraddha tata sadhu sangha tata bhajan kriya tato anartha nivritya syat tato nishtha ruchis tata. So anarthas are the one which make you flickering. So Ghanatarala state comes because of the anarthas. So blow hot, blow cold. One day you are fired up, next day you are fried up. So that should not happen, because Bhagavan is not looking for that kind of person. He wants stable, because he himself is Achyuta. Right? He never deviates. Achyuta means non-deviant. He does not deviate. So he also wants people. Not one day you say, Prabhu, give me some seva, then you give seva. You do it 2 days, third day you disappear. Then you are not to be seen. So not like that. So swanishtham vyatirekena api gyapyantiyaha nanyamiti. Anath samshraya iti saeva natha. So I am anath, I am shelterless, and he is my shelter. Swabhakta jana rakshaka iti. So he protects his devotees. Iti vishwasadeva aham abla api nirjane vashanti api purushantran na bibhemiti bhava. So because I have this faith, this trust that Krishna, he gives protection to his devotees. So although I am a woman, I am here in a lonely place and I am not afraid of anybody. I am fearless. And then she tells her name. Kalindi iti samakyata vasami yamuna jale nirmite bhavane pitra yavadachyuta darshanam. So she says that my name is Kalindi, because that's the first question Arjuna had asked, that who are you? So now she tells her name. It says, I am known as Kalindi. And from where have you come? She says, I came from Yamuna's water. So it says, Yamuna Jale Vasami. It says, I live in the waters of Yamuna. So if you live in the water of Yamuna, you will be flowing here and there. So he says, no, I have a house inside the water. Nirmite bhavane. He says, house inside the water? How is that possible? He says, that's possible because my father made it. Pitra. Pitra nirmite bhavane vasami yamuna jale. So I live inside. So she was not living inside like Sabri Muni, without house. That's why I got into trouble seeing the fish. She actually had her nice apartment. And inside the water means no mosquitoes, no flies, none of these problems. And cool. So therefore she stays there. How long you will stay there? He says, until I get darshan of Krishna. So it means we have to remain fixed until you succeed in your goal. Not that you flow with the Yamuna water and end up in the ocean. So yavad achyuta darshanam. So I will stay until I get Krishna. When I get Krishna, then what will I do? I will go with him. Then I will stay in his house. So samakhyata iti suryasya kanya mam ko na janati iti swaprabhavam cha gyapayati. So she is using the word samakhyata. Khyati means famous. Samakhyata means very famous. He says, I am the famous Kalindi. He says, who is that who does not know me? So Kalindi Kule. And I am daughter of Surya. So she is showing her prabhav, that she is no ordinary girl. And Pitra Nirmitai Bhavane, my father is very affectionate to me. Therefore she made a nice house for me. Pituhu Suryasyapi aham ati vatsalya patriti. So by this she is showing that father is very affectionate towards her. Otherwise why would he make a house for him? These days you have to make your own house yourself. But the father did it. Mat pratikulya ko naam prabhavediti bhava. So by this he says that she is indicating that don't try to mess with me. Otherwise, if my father he's seeing everybody. Sun is witness for our actions. Sun, wind, Kal, time, all this. So she's saying that I am not some ordinary girl. Tatha avadad gudakesho vasudevaya sopitam ratham aropya tadvidvan dharmarajam upagatam. So story is very compressed, does not give any details. He says that then Arjuna, who is called here as Gudakesha, because he has nice curly hair, so he went and informed this to Krishna, who was waiting on the chariot to hear. And then Krishna brought the chariot and told the girl, okay, sit in the chariot, you are looking for your husband, I am the one. I have come here, I just wanted to confirm, I already knew that you are doing this tapasya for me, but I wanted to make sure that this is it. You don't have any other thought in your mind. So jump into the chariot, let's go. So therefore he pulled her up, and then they came to Hastinapur, and he said, well, to Dharmaraj, came to near Dharmaraj, Yudhishthira Maharaj, and informed that she wants to marry me, so please give her one room until I stay here, and then I'll take her to Dwaraka. So that was quick. So Ratham Aropyeti Ai Sundari Varenyo Vishnu Rahameva. So in the verse there is nothing stated what Krishna told her or anything, just says that he put her in the chariot. But it says that Krishna went to her and says, "Oh beautiful one, I am Vishnu. Look here. Swa Pitriupdishtam Madhya Dhyanasya Sviya Suddha Hridayotha Bhavasya cha Pramanyedetvam Mam Parivrinu." So the mantra which your father has given me to meditate upon, and all the love which is coming in your heart, you know for whom it is. I am sure you can figure it out. I am that person. I don't need to speak more than that, because he has been chanting the Gayatri mantra and she has perfected it, so she can know that he is the one. So that's what it says. So tam mam parivrinu, therefore accept me as your husband. Tasya ratharuksham utpadya evati by bhava. So by speaking this, he created a wish in the mind of Kalindi to sit in the chariot. So therefore the verse says, means the verse is not saying it, but it is understood. Otherwise how is that she is going to sit in the chariot? Means Krishna went and told, and then she accepted. Tam grihitva ratham aruhya iti anukte. So because it is not said in the verse that Krishna accepted, but it is understood ratham aropya. So there is one sutra, Lyablope Panchami. So Gritva Aruya. But there is no Panchami here. It's only Lyap. So that is not applicable. So it's understood. Therefore it says Anukta. Tad vidwan iti adav eva tadarthagata iti bhava. And Yudhishthira Maharaj is described here as Tad vidwan. Means Yudhishthira Maharaj also knew this already. So therefore he did not ask any questions. Yadaiva Krishna sandishtaha parthanam paramadbhutam karyamasa nagram vichitram vishvakarmana. Then Sri Krishna was asked by the Pandavas that please help us to make our palace, because as I said that these Pandavas, they ran away from the house which was put on fire. Then they lived hiding incognito, but then they were known that they are alive and they appeared in the marriage ceremony of Draupadi. Then Dhritarashtra sent a message to them that please come back, no need to wander here and there. So now they had a wife, so he gave them some place, but there was nothing there, it was just a piece of land. There was no houses or building or anything. So then Pandavas said that help us to establish our capital here. So then Krishna, he called Vishvakarma. Vishvakarma is the architect of the Devas. So then he came and he built under the supervision of Sri Krishna. So Krishna personally supervised, and Vishvakarma Vichitram Nagaram Karyamasa. So he made a very wonderful palace and city for Pandavas and people to live there. It's like he made Dwarka. So like that he made. So Paramadbhutam, this was most wonderful. That's why in the first canto of Bhāgavatam, it was said that Yudhishthira Maharaj had opulence which Suraspraha, which even the Devatas like Indra, they hankered for. They did not have place like that as they had, because it is Vishvakarma himself made, and this was spiritual. It was not material, because it was built also for Krishna to stay there whenever he comes. So that's why it is called Paramadbhutam. So yada eva iti atra ayam kramaha. So he says that here, although the description is like this, but the order of things as they happened is different. So he describes that. Atra ayam karma purvam nagara rachna tataha khandav daha tataha sabhaharanam tataha kalindi labha iti. So here in the description, the construction of the city and the palace is described after they got Kalindi. But really speaking, it was done first. So first the city was built and the palace was built. That was the first thing. That means when Krishna came there, there was not much. So he did that is the first thing. Then there was the burning of the Khandava forest to satisfy the fire god, because he was having some health issues. And then fire was pleased, then only he gave Arjuna this Gandiva bow, etc., chariot. And then Maya Danava, he made this wonderful assembly house, Sabhaharana. So just like Krishna had his Sabha, which came from heaven, so here Maya built very nice one. And then Krishna got Kalindi. So this, although described as if it happened first, this is actually the last in this process. Sandishtaha parthair yadeva vigyāpitas tadeva. So the word sandishta, which means asked, is that whenever the Pandavas asked Krishna, then he immediately built the place for them. Bhagavans tatra nivasan svanam priya chikirshaya agnaye khandavam datum arjunasya sasarathihi. So now it is being described, which actually had already happened. It says that Bhagavan Shri Krishna, he lived there for the pleasure of his devotees, Pandavas, and also to offer the Khandava forest to fire. He became the chariot driver of Arjuna. So what was the need to be a chariot driver? Because when he has to burn the forest, then Indra will come and bring rain. So Arjuna protected from the rain. He built a rainproof roof on top of the forest with the help of arrows, so that the rain would not come down. And he did not allow anyone to escape also. Everything was consumed by fire. And that is when Maya came out running and took shelter of Krishna, and Krishna saved him. So then he became friendly, and that's why he built the assembly house. Otherwise he would have also been consumed in the fire. So Arjunasya dhanur adi labhaya sarthi rasya bhut. So Krishna became the chariot driver so that Arjuna can get a nice bow and arrow from the fire. Khandavam nam indrasya vanam. This Khandav forest is also called the forest of Indra. That's why this place was called Indraprastha. Indra has done some yajna there earlier. So it became known as Indraprastha. Still called Indraprastha. If you go to Delhi in that area, you'll see Indraprastha road. So that's the original name. Swagni stushto dhanuradhyan shavetan ratham nripa arjunaya kshayo tunau varma cha bhedyam astribhi. So when fire god was pleased with Arjuna, so he gave these following things. He gave him a bow, that Gandiva bow, Dhanur, Adat, and then he also gave him horses white in color and the chariot, O king. And he gave him 2 quivers, Tunir, Akshaya, which will always remain full of arrows. Also gave him a armor to put on his body to protect from the weapons of the enemies, abhedyam astribhi, which cannot be pierced by the arrows of the enemies. So in the past when they fought, they have to protect their chest, arms, etc. So they will cover them with iron armors. So a lot of weight. And then you have to fight. It must get hot. No air coming in. Mayascha mochito vanne sabham sakhya upaharat yasmin duryodhanasya asij Jalasthala Drishi Brahmaha. And Maya Danava, who was also spared from the fire, so he offered big assembly house as in token of his friendship or his gratefulness. And it is in this assembly house that he built it with such caliber that where there was water it will look like land and the land would look like water. So this is the Brahma which Duryodhana had. That Duryodhana mistook the land for water and water for land, so he fell in the water because he thought it is land, but it was water, so he went down and he got wet. So why it is only Duryodhana who had this and no one else? Others also will be having that? No. If you see rainbow, everybody sees rainbow. Rainbow is an illusion, right? So why is that only Duryodhana had this illusion of mistaking the floor for water and the pool for the land? So the reason is that Duryodhana was very jealous of their opulence. And when you become jealous, you become blind. Jealousy makes you blind. That is the hidden meaning. Otherwise everybody should have it. Why that when Mayadana was making, did he say, okay, only Duryodhana will get confused like this and not anyone else? So that is the story told like this. But the thing is that when he came and he saw the opulence, he felt so much jealous in his heart because he thought that he is going there and what is there? We just gave them this useless forest area. But they actually developed it very nicely, built a nice city, people living there, big palace, lot of opulence. So he could not believe this. And he says, even I don't have a palace like this. And when Yudhishthira Maharaj, because he was doing this yajna, Rāsa-līlā yajna, he was invited there. And he came, all the brothers came, Karna came. So everybody was given some duty because this Rāsa-līlā is a big festival. So different people were given different duties. So Duryodhana was given the duty to accept the gifts which kings were bringing. And this was making him even more jealous because so many kings were bringing all kind of wonderful gifts for Yudhishthira Maharaj. And Karna was given in charge of giving charity to the Brahmanas because he likes. So he was giving and he was saying, wow, these people are so opulent. And Bhima was in charge of the kitchen so that he can feed. Satena samanugyataha shruyadbhischanumoditaha ayayau dvarakam bhuya satyaki pramukhairvritaha. So then, when 4 months have passed, as we read there, that Krishna stayed for the whole rainy season, when the rain stopped, so then he took permission from Yudhishthira Maharaj and from all the relatives and friends, and when they all agreed that yes, now you can leave, so he returned back to Dwarka again, being accompanied by Satyaki and other Yadavas. So that's how he returns back. So Sakhya Khandav Dahak Vannur Mitraya Arjunaya Yasmin Sisyam. There is no commentary. So now there is a description of his marriage because this whole chapter is actually more about Krishna's marriages than anything else. Athopi me kalindim supunya ritviksha urjite vitanvan paramanandam svanam param mangalam. So after coming to Dwarka, then Krishna married Kalindi. And he married in proper muhurta, means he followed Jyotish. So when it was auspicious muhurta, riksha, that he married Vitanvan, then everyone was happy, big festival, very auspicious time. So that is marriage number 4. You already have 3, right? Rukmani, Jambavati, Satyabhama. So this is the 4th one. Now comes 5th one. Because so many marriages, so he is going very quick. So Vindanuvinda Avantyau Duryodhana Vashanugau Swamvare Swabhagnim Krishne Shaktam Nyashedhatam Rajadidevyastanyam Mitra Vindam Pitrishvashuhu Prasaya Hritavan Krishna Rajan Ragyam Prapashyatam. So there were 2 kings, Vinda and Anuvinda, who were kings of Avanti. Avanti is Ujjain in Madhya Pradesh. So these kings were influenced by Duryodhana. So when there was time for their sister's marriage, and there was Swamvara, she wanted to marry Krishna. But these 2 brothers said, no, don't marry Krishna, marry someone else. Because they were influenced by Duryodhana. And she was the daughter of Krishna's father's sister, whose name was Rajadhidevi Astaniyam, and her name was Mitravinda. So then Krishna went there, and in front of all the kings, he kidnapped her, like Rukmani, and brought her to Dwarka and married. So that's all 2 slokas, 1 marriage over. Not much time. So this is the 5th one. Now the 6th one. So Nagnijjinnam Kaushalya Asid Raja Ati Dharmikaha Tasya Satya Bhavat Kanya Devi Nagnijiti Nripa Netam Shekur Nripa Bodhum Ajitva Sapta Govrishan Tikshna Shringan Sudurdharshan Viragandha Sahan Khalan. So there was a king whose name was Nagnajit, king of Kausalya, which is present day Ayodhya. And he was very pious king, very devoted. He had a daughter whose name was Satya, also called Nagnajiti. And it was time for her to get married. But many people wanted to marry her, and he wanted to marry his daughter to Krishna. So he put a condition which he knew that no one else can fulfill it. He had 7 bulls, very strong ones. So they have bullfight in Spain. Krishna is the first bullfighter. What do they call that? Matador? No one who fights. Matador, right? So he is the Mahamatador. Because he is going to fight with 7 simultaneously. They fight only with 1. So he made a condition that he has 7 big bulls, and anyone who can tie them, control them simultaneously, he can marry my daughter. So many people came, and the bulls had very strong and sharp horn. And he had put golden caps on top of it, so that they can really pierce you into your belly and lift you up. Right? They did do that. Sometimes you see, they run and lift the guy and throw away. So natam sheku nirpa bodhum ajitva shapta govrishan. So many kings came and they tried, but they all went with their torn dhotis. That's all, and they had few wounds here and there. Because Tikshan Shringan Sudurdharshan, they had very sharp horns and they were very difficult to control. And they had one quality, that they were allergic to the smell of the heroic people. They saw that if somebody is normal person, they won't do anything. But when they saw that he is heroic person, as soon as they got smell of him, they will run and charge him. All 7 of them. So 7 is a lucky number, they say like that. So then Krishna, he goes there. Tam shrutva vrishid labhyam bhagwan satvatam patihi jagam kaushalyapuram sanyene mahatavrataha. So when Krishna heard about this girl Satya, that there is this girl and she can be attained only if you can conquer these bulls. So vrishajit labhyam. That the only way you can get the girl is if you control these bulls. So Krishna went there to the city of Kausalya, but he went with a big army because there was a possibility some kings can attack. So he went. Sakaushal pati prita pratyutthanashanadibhi arhanena pi guruna pujiyan prati nanditaha. So when the king of Kaushalpur, Nagnajit, came to know that Krishna has come, he stood up and he received him very nicely. He worshipped him, gave him all the honor. Varam me vilokya bhimatam samagatam narendra kanyachak me ramapatim bhuyadayam me patirashisho mala karotu satyayadi me dhrito vrataihi. So when the daughter of the king, Satya, she saw Krishna has come, whom she actually wanted to marry, Abhimatam Varam, and who is the husband of Lakshmi Devi. So she was very happy. And then she prayed that if I have whatever vratas I have performed, whatever austerities I have done, so let my wish be done, fulfilled, so that I can get Krishna as my husband. So Krishnam pujiyan pratinanditah krishnena adrito bhut vilokya chandrashala gavakshata. So he's just saying that from where did she come to know? She says she was on the top of the palace looking down and she saw that Krishna has come. Yatpada pankaj raja sirsha bibharti sirab jaja sagirisha sahaloka palai lila tanu shukrita sute puripshayesha kale dadatsa bhagavan mamke natushet. So in her mind she was thinking that even Goddess Lakshmi, Brahma, Bhagavan Shiva and all the protector of the lokas, they take the dust from the feet of Krishna's lotus feet on their head. So Yadapada Pankaja Raja Sirsha Vibharti. So that Bhagavan who has appeared here in this Leela Tanu, in this Leela avatar, so by what can he be pleased with me? He says there is nothing that I can have. It is only by his own causeless mercy that he can accept me. Otherwise, what is that I have? Swakrit setu paripshaya is. So he has come here to protect dharma, establish dharma, and I don't have any great qualities to please him, so it is by his grace. Therefore, Architam Punarityaha Narayana Jagatpate Atmananderna Purnasya Karmani Kimalpate. So when she was thinking like this, then the king spoke to Krishna. He says, O Lord Narayana, Master of the universe, you are satisfied with your own Ananda. I am a small little being, what can I do for you? He asked him. Sri Shuka Vacha, then Sukdev says, Tamaha Bhagwan Hrishta Krita Asana Parigraha Megha Gambhirya Vacha Sasmitam Kurunandana. So Sri Krishna, who has accepted the seat offered by the king and who was very pleased with his reception, then in a very deep thundering voice and a beautiful smile on his face, he spoke as follows. Sri Bhagwan Uvacha, Bhagwan said, Narendra Yacha Kavibhir Vigarhita Rajanya Bandho Nija Dharma Vartinaha Tathapi Yacha Tavisho Hidechaya Kanyam Tadviyam Nahi Shulkadavayam. So he said that, O king, it is said by the learned people that for the royal people it is very despicable to beg something. Those kings, those kshatriyas who are following their dharma, they do not beg because this is not praised by the learned scholars. So kshatriya is not supposed to beg. Brahmanas can beg, but kshatriya is supposed to give, not beg. So therefore he says, Kavibhir Vigarhita Yancha. Yancha means begging. It is despised by the learned people. Rajanya Bandhu, about whom those who are Rajanya, royal people, or related to kings, Nisdharma Vartina, and situated in their own dharma. He says, Tathapi Yacheta Visauhridechaya. Still, I am disregarding that and I am begging your daughter in marriage so that I can have a relationship with you. But Nahi Sulkadavayam, but I am not going to pay any money for that. Means, don't think that I am going to give you something. So he's making clear statement. So paripshaya paripalanechya tatat kale dadat prapanche prakrtyat pashyanya samadhana vartate rajanya bandhorati nikrisht kshatriyasyapi. So he says that even those who are the low class kshatriyas, they also don't beg. Means who are not great kshatriyas. Aham rajanya shrestha api yache, but I am an honorable kshatriya. Still I am asking, I am begging you. But vayam na shulkadana dravyadi daina. Because this is also considered as not honorable that you give money to get a wife. So therefore he says that I am not going to pay. Because this is also one type of marriage of the 8 types of marriages where you give some money. So Krishna says, I will not do that. But I want to marry your daughter. So we'll stop here, then the king will speak. And he will marry. So if there is any question to ask. Okay.